Coach Steve Kirkpatrick, assisted by Clifton Hamilton, John Pettit, and Fred Turner. Now, you Wildcat fans, it's time to let your Wildcat spirit loose, because it's starting five, and your Franklin Center Wildcats. And for number 20, Dakota Thomas. And for number 0, Damien Payne. At guard number 1, Trey Radcliffe. At guard number 23, Lisa Goats. And at guard number 3, David Levin.
There's an overtime ball game up at Monroe County, and hopefully the Wildcats have shown some improvement. And in the air, and the tip goes to Levin. And he tips it to Radcliffe. Wildcats walk it across the line and set it up in their offense. Payne looks everything over, gives it to Radcliffe, drives for the basket, stops the jumper, no good. Rebound taken by Monroe County. Down the floor in a hurry is Clemens, and tries to go underneath, and it will be out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats, and Clemens stands out to put it in. Looking to get it in. Pretty good defense underneath. Shots up, no good. Tip, no good. And they come after the ball. Finally run down by Walker. He gives it over in the corner to Mink. Shots up, no good. Blocked by Levin. And going to the free throw line is Massengill. Puts it up and got it.
Team first, then Massengill at the line.
1-0. Haven't played a minute yet. Second free throw is good. And Wildcats will bring it length of the floor as Radcliffe across the timeline gives it to Levin. He gives it over to Payne. And to Levin, slammed her down. That was perfect. Shot partially blocked and still rolls in.
Falcon basket by Tyrese Mink.
Mink got that field goal, and it's a 4-2 game. Monroe County with the lead right now. Dokes with it, top of the circle to Thomas. Thomas underneath to Levin, up and in. 4-4, 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Clemens with it, gets it over to Walker. Walker dribbles, passes it back out front now, drives for the basket. Clemens with it, gives it to Mink. Mink to Massengill. He'll bring it out to the top of the circle. On the right side it goes to Mink. Almost walked. Heads for the basket. And almost stolen. There's a jump shot up from the side. No good. Rebound. Shots up. No good, but a foul. That foul is on Thomas. Clemens going to the free throw line. Shots in there, round and round, and finally fell in. 5-4, Monroe County. And second one in there, got that one too. And they're 4-4 from the free throw line. The Wildcats We'll bring it up the floor, trailing the 2. 5:53 left here in the first quarter. Radcliffe with it, top of the circle. Goes to Thomas, through his hands and out of bounds. Coach not very happy right now, is he?
Could make a coach go bald-headed.
Mink gives it inbounds to Walker. Walker will bring it up the floor. Radcliffe on him. Across the timeline, still dribbling. Goes on the left side to Mink. Mink gives it down in the corner to Massengill, back out front and around to Walker. They go inside to Clemens. Shots up and rolls no good. Rebound by Dokes. Across the timeline with it to the top of the circle. Passes to Payne. Payne out to Radcliffe, back to Dokes. In the corner to Dakota. And inside to Lovin. Tavian turns, spins, puts it up, no good. Tipped his own rebound. Ball snapped loose from the back by Lovin, and it comes off of Radcliffe to Dakota, and the Wildcats with good hustle on defense.
Great hustle by Trey.
And Lovin under to Radcliffe, puts it up. It's no good, but he's fouled. And foul called on Clemens. Utsi and Roby to check in. And Radcliffe with the free throw. First free throw of the night by the Wildcats.
Roby, number 4, and Ali Utsi, number 11, both check in the game.
Utsi and Roby check in. And Radcliffe puts it up, ties the game at 6. Payne is out, and Thomas is out for the Wildcats. Walker gives it to Mink. They go inside, and shots up and good by Dyer. Radcliffe out front to Dokes to Radcliffe. On the left side, it goes to Roby. Inside to Lovin. On the baseline, he'll bring it back out to Roby. To Radcliffe. Drives, puts the jumper up, got it. They're backing off of him, Steve.
Yes,
I'm
they
really
are.
surprised at that.
Halfway through the first, we're tied at 8.
They're really putting a lot of pressure on. Drives in, puts the shot up, no good. Lovin got the rebound and over the back and knocked it out of bounds. And so the Wildcats will inbounds it and bring it the length of the floor. Tied at 8, 3:53 left in the first quarter. Teams just kind of feeling each other out right now a little bit.
Kind of like a boxing match, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. As Trey Radcliffe gives it to Roby. He'll bring it back to the top of the circle. To Radcliffe on the right wing. And to Utsi inside to Lovin. Turns, spins, fakes, lays it up, no good. Goes to the floor, but no call. Mink down the floor. Gives it up to Clemens. Shots up, blocked by Utsi. And on the floor, they go after it. And they come out with it. Mink looks at the 3, drives in, puts a jumper up, no good. Lovin with the rebound. Goes down the floor, drives all the way, passes out into the corner to Dokes, over to Roby, fires a 3 up and short and no good. Rebound taken by Dyer. Ragland will check in at the next break for the Wildcats. 2:55 left, tied at 8 in the first quarter. Out front to Massengill. That ball slapped loose, and Lovin was doing his best to save that one.
And save us and to save the official and everybody.
And not hurt anybody, mainly you and I. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 2:43. A fast game. Mink out trying to pass it in and gets it into Walker. Walker will bring it across the line as Radcliffe forces him down the baseline. They go down in the corner. Mink takes a return pass, gets it out to Walker now. Walker tries to drive the middle. A three-point shot up. Got it by Massengill. Is that a 2 or 3? 3. Radcliffe drives down in the corner to Utsi. To Radcliffe out front to Roby. And to Lovin underneath to Utsi. Puts a shot up, no good. Couldn't get his rebound. Monroe County with the rebound. Clemens with it. Mink goes right down the middle. Shots up, good. And that was Mink, and the Wildcats trailing 13-8. And it will be a timeout with the Wildcats.
Something to see tonight.
Well, we'll take a lot of breaks, and you and I'll watch it.
There you go.
All right, Josiah will bring it across the timeline. Wildcats trailing 13-8 to Ragland, to Radcliffe, to Utsi. Drives, puts a jumper up, good. Ollie Utsi with his first basket of the night. Mink across the timeline. Gives it over to Walker out near the timeline. Bounces the ball. Gives it on the right side to Clemens. Clemens drives. Ball almost, double dribble. Down in the corner to Mink. He drives, gives it back out top of the circle to Massengill. He drives, lays it up, good. Not playing a whole lot of defense right now, are we? 15-10, no. Lead back to 5 by Monroe County. Into Lovin, Taven. Puts a shot up left-handed, no good. Tip by Utsi, no good. Rebound to Mink, puts a shot up, good. 6 points for Mink. 17-10, Wildcats trailing. Radcliffe across the timeline with 20 seconds left in the first quarter of play here. Wildcats trailing by 7. Looking for one shot here, evidently. And with 10 seconds, he drives in, puts a jump shot up. Got it. Mink all the way down, fires one up from way out, and it's no good. End of the first quarter, 17 for Monroe County, 12 for the Wildcats. We'll be right back. You're listening. Massengill gets it into Walker, and Walker will bring it across the timeline. On the left side, it goes to Mink. And Mink to Massengill. Back to Mink. Down in the corner, a three-point shot up. No good. Rebound by Payne. Gives it up to Radcliffe. Wildcats on the run. Goes down in the corner. Three-point shot up. No good. Dakota up and in. Nice rebound by Dakota Thomas.
Maybe they've come alive in the second quarter.
Cuts the lead to 3. Played 30 seconds into the quarter. Clemens with it. Drives around, puts it up, no good. Tipped up and in. I believe they'll give that to Clemens. 19-14, a 5-point lead. They give it to Ragland. Ragland to Payne. Almost lost it. Dakota with it. Gives it up to Radcliffe. He drives to Payne. Payne to Ragland. He drives. Goes all the way in. Shoots it over the goal, and it's rebounded by Walker. Down in the corner to Mink. Fires a three-pointer up. No good. Rebound. And bounced off of the Wildcats. Massengill had it on the baseline. Bass will check out. And Lovin checks in. 22. Brooks. 21 or 20 is Spears.
And Georgie Brooks all check in for Monroe County.
Into Mink. Shots blocked from the back. Up, no good. Tip, no good. Rebound brought out by Kirkpatrick. Still dribbling out front. Dokes on him. And a 5-second count. Good defense by Dokes that time.
It was, and I tell you, Coach saw the same thing that I was about to comment on. He had 5 guys out there that were gasping for air.
Yeah. Well, and 3 of them just came into the ball game.
Yep.
And Lovin with it. Out behind the 3. Fires it up. No good. Rebound goes long and gets his own. Drives the baseline. Pulls it back out. Fires another 3. Got that one.
Dropped off of him. Leads 2 now, down from 7.
Kirkpatrick out front with it. Drives to the right side. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Spears. Spears will give it up to Mink. Mink down in the corner.
Oh, no.
And a double foul call. So a double foul. Dyer got. All right, in it comes to Brooks. Brooks gives it out to Kirkpatrick. He'll back it out. Kirkpatrick only a freshman. And they give it over to Mink, top of the circle. And Kirkpatrick fires one up. Got it. A 3. Pretty unconscious there that time. As shots up, no good. Rebound underneath. And the foul. See what he calls there.
Who did he call the white foul on the double foul?
Dokes.
Called that one on 24.
Yeah, that's Dyer, his second. He's their leading scorer. And then it comes to Radcliffe deep in the corner to Dokes. They're pretty well on Dokes. I don't think they're going to let him shoot. And Radcliffe sends Dokes over to the other side and brings, he's open from there, fires up a 3, no good. Rebound tipped by Thomas, but picked up by Monroe County. Walker all the way down, shots up, blocked by Thomas. to Lovin. He goes all the way down and on the baseline, try to get it underneath. Ball finally picked up by Lovin. Wow. 22-17. Wildcats trailing here. 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Radcliffe looking for somebody. Gives it to Utsi. Back to Radcliffe. Drives down in the corner, Dokes. And underneath to Lovin. Tubin. Underneath, nice pass up and in. Utsi with the basket. Lovin with the assist. 22-19 halfway through the second quarter. Monroe County with the lead as Mink has got it. Gives it back out front to Brooks. Walker with it to Kirkpatrick. Back to Walker. Drives the middle and lays it up and in. Just kind of went around us there, Steve.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to step in that lane and cut them off. That's about the fourth time they've done that.
Yep. Radcliffe across the line to Lovin. Back under to Radcliffe. Oh, no good. Rebound by Monroe County. Kirkpatrick down the floor. And ball knocked loose. And it will belong to Monroe County.
Foul number 21, Dave Madison.
3:14 left. It'll be Kirkpatrick to pass it in for Monroe County. Massengale back to Kirkpatrick. Dokes out on him. Puts the pressure on him. The counts there. And down in the corner it goes to Spears. Back out front now to Walker. Walker drives, lays it up, good.
Again, they drove the lane. Nobody stepped in front of him.
Same guy. Well, he's getting by everybody so quick. Step in front of him right now, the way they're letting him go out front, well, it's going to be a blocking foul. Going to have to do a little bit better there. Dokes with it. 26-19 the lead. And underneath to Payne. Payne brings it back out to Dokes. He puts the three-pointer up, no good. A rebound by Utsi, lays it up, no good. And a jump ball. I didn't see anything there. I thought it was just fine. Big pile of players was all. 2:18 left in the second quarter. Back into Payne. Over to Dokes. Dokes gives it to Utsi and foul on the baseline. Foul called on Brooks, his first, team fourth. And into Lovin. Taven drives, puts a shot up, good, and a foul.
Basket by Lovin is good.
Foul is on Walker. 26-21. And Taven puts it up, got it.
And James, just like a girls' game, this is a very, very rough ball game out on that floor.
All right, ready to go now. As Wildcats with a little full court pressure here. Mink with it still in the back court, gives it up to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick back to Mink, and down in the corner to Clemens. Clemens, they drive, shots up, and no good. Rebound by Lovin. Wildcats on the run, all the way down, drives around, lays it up, good, and a foul. And I'll tell you one thing, the man just took control of the game, didn't he?
I see it on his shoulders right now. Yep, he sure did. And you know, James, he is a very sharing player, but sometimes he needs to do that, and he did.
Exactly right. All right, 2-point game, and Taven can cut it to 1 with 1:46 left in the first half, and drops her in there. Well, this game went to overtime over in Monroe County, so we'll see what happens here. It's a 1-point game with 1:39 left. All right, Kirkpatrick with it. Down in the corner to Clemens. And back out front to Walker. Drives. Gives it back to Mink. Down in the corner, Massengill. Drives it back out to Mink. Mink over to Kirkpatrick. Good defense for the Wildcats. Pushes them back out. Down in the corner it goes to Clemens. Clemens drives, and that's a charge.
His second, team 7.
Charging foul was on Clemens, and that will be his second, team 7th.
Timeout, Monroe County.
Monroe County takes the timeout, and it looks like a, what did he say?
30.
30. We'll keep it here. It comes to Dokes, and Dokes will bring it across the timeline. Still dribbling with it, 57 seconds, and to Ragland. Back out to Dokes, to Ragland in the middle, and Taven with it, turns, spins, puts it up and in. And the Wildcats take the lead for the first time, 27-26. And Mink with it, drives, gives it down in the corner, a long three-pointer up, bounces, no good, rebound. Shots up and no good, rebound brought out by Monroe County. And they threw it away. Radcliffe goes down. And end up Monroe County with it. Probably should have just let that one go. And Mink turns, spins, and a walk. Oh, called a foul. Called on Dokes.
Wildcat foul called on Lisa Dokes.
And Utsi will check in. And Dokes is down. And Utsi will come in for him. Mink at the free throw line.
He didn't walk but about halfway across the court before they called the foul.
Yep. Missed that one. Back out front, Mink. Ties the game up. Second free throw is good. 8 seconds left. Radcliffe across the timeline with 4 seconds. To Radcliffe, fires up a three. Ooh. No good. And the half comes to a close with Monroe County leading at 28-27. We'll be right. Well, no, and they play hard. So Dyer, their leading scorer, averaging 24 a game, has only 2 points and 2 fouls, and he starts second half. 5 starters for each team in there. Mink across the timeline. And passes on the right side to Clemens. Clemens looks inside. He'll give it back out front now. Drives and gives it up to Walker. Walker. And Dyer fires up a three-pointer, no good. Tip to Dokes. He grabs the rebound, brings it up the floor. Stops, gives it to Radcliffe. Drives, gives it to Lovin. Turns, spins, has it knocked loose. Lovin gets the rebound up and is fouled on the rebound. Foul was on who? 11. It's his second. Taven at the free throw line. Puts it in there. No good.
Tied up if he can sink this one.
I think we're going to need every single point we can get tonight, Steve.
I would say you're right.
And ties it up. 28 apiece. We played 30 seconds into the third quarter. Walker will bring it across the line, down the left side to Mink. Mink back out front to Massengill. And call Dokes, that's his third. Ragland checks in, and Dokes will check out with his third foul. Dyer into Mink. Clemens, and back to Dyer, drives, pulls it back out, down to Mink. Mink looks inside. Top of the circle for him. Dribbles the ball. Goes on the right side to Walker. Walker backs it out near the timeline. They got the right side open, give it to Clemens. Clemens to Mink. Inside, tried to get it inside, and balls up and laid it up and in. 2-point lead for Monroe County. Radcliffe across the timeline on the right side to Thomas. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Ragland. Out to Payne. Payne will set it up. Gives it to Radcliffe. Radcliffe looking, passes in the corner to Payne. Payne to Thomas. Back over to Radcliffe. Inside to Lovin. Taven turns, spins, puts it up off the glass. Got it. 18 points for Taven. Tied at 30. Walker across the timeline. Still dribbling, backs it out. Will overload the left side of the floor, and Walker trying to get around.
5.
And a 5-second count on Walker. Good defense with the Wildcats that time. Let's see if they can get the lead here.
That's a stop we needed, I'll tell you.
Sure did. Need a basket here now as Radcliffe walks it across the line. And looks like a 2-3 zone right now, Steve.
Yep.
And on the right side to Ragland, back to Radcliffe. Drives, puts a jump shot up, no good. Rebound bounces long. Walker with it, gives it up to Mink. Mink drives, gives it to Clemens, and lays it up and good.
Didn't stop him again.
That's a pretty nice move there. He laid that one back over his head. But you are right, we did not stop him. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Wildcats down by 2. Down in the corner, Dakota Thomas with the 3. Gives the Wildcats the lead.
Is that our first 3 of the night?
Yes, it is. No, Taven has one.
Did he? That's right.
1-point lead for the Wildcats. Walker dribbles, gives it down in the corner, and back out front. Shots up and no good, and a foul. Foul called on Thomas. Be his second. Now, this guy's looking to call a technical foul in this game. Dyer free throw is no good. Payne out, and Utsi back in for the Wildcats. See if he can give us a little spark like he did up at Warren Central. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound by Thomas. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Lovin all the way down, lays it up, no good. Clemens with it, and threw it away.
Tell you, they did a nice job defensively on Taven that time. He had to change like in midair to avoid the charge with 2 fouls, and it was real hard angle to try to get that shot to fall.
Yep. Wildcats leading by 1, nearly halfway through the third quarter. Radcliffe out front with it, and Ragland on the left side, back out front to Radcliffe. Tries to get it inside, not there. Gives it to Thomas. Another 3 up. Got it! 4-point lead for the Wildcats. That's their biggest.
Coach Kirkpatrick's seen all he wants. He wants a full timeout.
So timeout on the floor. 3:51 left in the third quarter. Wildcats up by
Wildcat foul called on Dakota Thomas. That's Dakota's third, team's third. Tucker Kirkpatrick back in the game for the Falcons. D. Radman back on the floor for the Wildcats.
Our student section used to be a lot better. They didn't just like stand there on the sidelines. But most of the people that actually in the student section were seniors last year, so they all graduated.
Wildcat Green by Trey Radcliffe.
But I mean, last year they do the you can't do it, or they do the sit down. They do it all.
Falcon basket by Ben Massengill.
kid hasn't had a break all night, has he?
Wildcat foul called on Josiah Roby, number 4. It's his first, team's 5th.
You probably know him better on the football field. He was our, he was a running back. I'm pretty sure he played running back. Yeah. He's either a running back or halfback. Hell, I know he got 1,000 yards this year. I know that.
Falcon basket by Chandler Clemens.
I couldn't believe the state championship game he had. He got there, Johnson Circle, the smallest kid on the team was 200 pounds, 5'8". That was the smallest kid. Their quarterback was a freshman. Their running back just scored all of the touchdowns for the sophomore. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 seniors and like 5 juniors on the entire team. They're looking at a possible state title for like the next 3 years. Running. They almost had a perfect season too. The only people that beat them was Belfry.
Called on him and he answered. 42-36, Wildcats with the lead. And Dyer drives and puts a shot up good. 6 points for him. 42-38. Wildcats with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Wildcats spread it out. Maybe going for one here. Ragland down in the corner to Roby. Josiah will bring it back to the top of the circle. 15 seconds left. Gives it to Lovin. Taven back to Josiah. Roby backs it out again with 7 seconds. Heads for the basket down in the corner to Radcliffe to Lovin. Heads for the passed off up and in. Ute with the basket. Lovin. They set up for Lovin to take the charge. He just stops, passes it to Ute up and in for the basket. And the
Spears kept him during the break, and Georgie Brooks has kept him during the break.
Through 3.
Well, we cut that back a little bit.
Yep.
And the Wildcats get the ball to start the fourth and final quarter. Dokes back in the game. And to Radcliffe, it's actually the starting 5 for the Wildcats. Dokes to Radcliffe, under to Lovin, and a foul from the back. Well, that's only their second team foul.
Need a basket here, up by 6.
First foul on Mink. Into Radcliffe, back to Dokes, inside to Lovin. Turns, spins, and a foul.
His 17 seconds.
That's the second time Tawny's done that to us. That's the second time he's made that call tonight when one guy had a foul and he calls a jump. He got him with the bodies where he got him.
Yeah, well, over his back. I mean, he's beating him to death. So, anyway, Kirkpatrick gives it inside. Shots up by Mink and in. 44-40, 4-point lead for the Wildcats. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Radcliffe waits, gives it down in the corner to Payne, back to Radcliffe. And do a little switching around, move to the other side of the floor. And drives in. Thomas with a three, got it! Another three for Dakota. He's got 11 points. Biggest lead matched by the Wildcats at 7. Kirkpatrick out front. Wildcats not putting any pressure on him. Finally, they get it over to Brooks, who checked in the game, and back to Spears. And back to Kirkpatrick on the baseline. Mink dribbled it back out top of the circle. Kirkpatrick with a three-pointer, no good. Ball slapped around, and it goes right to Dokes. Lovin with it. Drives down, and a blocking foul called on
Mink, I believe. Yeah.
Foul called on Mink, his third, sorry. And the ball, they ruled that it was on the floor before the shot. Well, the head coach gets him a towel, and he'll go out and clean it up. That's one thing you can say about Coach Clark and Coach Spencer. They want the playing floor clean.
Listen to this.
Listen to the student section over there. Look at it. Oh, here we go. Nothing like a high school basketball game. Under the Payne, lays it up, good. What a play.
Bounds, yep.
49-49, the biggest lead for the Wildcats now. Shots up, no good.
I'm with Coach. We saw that coming when the kid was in backcourt, that there was a wide open lane, and we were late getting in.
4 on Dakota. And at the free throw line, as Walker puts it up, bounces out.
The significance of being 4 on Dakota is Dakota's the one that's kind of single-handedly brought us back. Those 3 threes are the margin right now.
Absolutely. Clemens checks back in for Monroe County, and Walker back at the line. 6:13 left in the game, and bounces the ball, puts it up, got it. (49-41) Wildcats, 6 minutes left in the game. Radcliffe with it out across the timeline. Backs it out into the corner, and Walker comes out. And he just turns, spins, has the ball knocked loose, but picked up by Dokes. To Lovin. He'll back it out. Still dribbling with it, top of the circle. From a free throw line, jump shot up and no good. Rebound by Radcliffe. Back to, and Lovin will back it out again. Might as well forget that, Coach. Oh, what a move. Pass underneath to Payne to Utsi. Utsi gets it back, passes back to Payne, and they bring it back out front. And Coach Spencer said, I'm going to cool this down a little bit. And timeout called, and it will be a full timeout. Wildcats up by 8, 49-41.
Being mad.
Ben Massengill steps back in during the timeout.
pass it in to Radcliffe. And takes it, gives it back to Lovin. Taven drives, puts a jump shot up, got it. So much for that.
Biggest lead.
20 points for Taven, 5 minutes left in the game. 10-point lead. Monroe County with the ball. Mink with it. Gives it to Kirkpatrick. Fires a long three-pointer up. Hit the...
No.
Hit the support. And so the Wildcats will put it in play. Lovin inbounds to Radcliffe. He'll bring it across the timeline to Payne, to Utsi. Ball stolen. Mink drives all the way down, lays it up good in the foul, and I didn't see a foul. I don't think he got close to him. Oh, yeah. Said he hit him on the arm. He didn't touch him. Mink at the free throw line. Free throw's good.
He's horrible.
All right. Up to Dokes. He'll take a dribble. Man, they've really worked on Dokes tonight, haven't they?
Yeah.
He's got 4 fouls on him, and he may have committed 1 of the 4. Down in the corner to Payne. Drives, puts a shot up. Good. Dalen Payne runs the lead back out to now. Ball stolen by Lovin. Here we go. All the way down. Slammed it down. That's worth the price of admission. Lead at 11 for the Wildcats, their biggest. Mink gives it to Dyer. Dyer has shot blocked.
One. Well, I thought
he wasn't even close. Was he under there?
I didn't see him. I thought he was calling it on. He got it. Yeah. It's 24. I thought he was calling it on Dalen, and he called it on Trey.
Well, I thought Dalen got a good clean block, and I was, as Dyer gets his second free throw. Lead at 9 for the Wildcats. And full court pressure now by Monroe County. And Lovin will give it to Radcliffe. In the backcourt, he gives it to Lovin. Taven will bring it across the line, gives it to Dokes. Dokes back out to Radcliffe. Radcliffe will head for the basket, gives it down in the corner to Thomas. Shot's no good. That's got to be a foul.
No, that's Katie Wright. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. That guy their player had his elbow into our guy's gut, going out of bounds.
Oh, no! Full timeout. off of him. He's on.
No, I said that guy needs to quit laughing about
Oh,
it.
yeah, he does. And Dyer goes to the free throw line. That was.
Worst call of the night.
Well, I don't know. Been a whole bunch of them. Shots no good. That guy's over his back.
That was a foul.
Yeah, he knows it. Oh, man. All right, Radcliffe goes right around him this time, gives it down to Roby. Roby back out to Lovin. Taven with it. Backs out, gives it to Dokes. Dokes to Radcliffe. Radcliffe drives, gives it to Roby. Roby to Dokes. Dokes top of the circle will give it to Payne. Payne will bring it out and gives it over to Roby. He'll keep it. Brings it to the top of the circle. And finally they call a foul on Monroe County. I think Monroe County's been trying to foul, but anyway, that's only the fourth team foul on Monroe County. Wildcats, meanwhile, have 9 in deep. It comes to Radcliffe. Radcliffe inside the Loving. Payne puts the shot up and a foul. And Massengill called for the foul, his first. Loving goes to the free throw line. Shooting a couple here, and in the air, first one bounces in.
Nothing like getting all the rim. 2:51 to go in the game. 56-46 Franklin Simpson. A hard-fought 10-point win.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Lead, I should say.
Exactly right. But we knew it would be. Free throw's good. $11-point lead for the Wildcats. 2:46 left in the game. Mink on the right side to Clemens. Payne called for the foul. That's his second. Clemens going to the free throw line. Puts it up. Good. Wildcats in the lead at 10. Free throw up. Got it. All right, Radcliffe in the backcourt. Gives it up to Dokes. And knocked out of bounds on the far side. He'll go to the Wildcats. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Wildcats leading by 9. Taven with it out front. Holds the ball. Looks at the count, drives. Stop, puts a shot up, no good. And Dyer called for the foul, his third.
Just a team sixth.
Yep, on the floor. To Dokes. Dokes drives. Oh, spun, put it up, no good, but a foul. And that will be Mink's fourth foul. And Dokes with a couple here. Hadn't hit the scorebook yet. Still hadn't.
Ruby back on the floor for the Wildcats. Patrick back on the floor for the Falcons.
And in the air, good. Alisso with his first point. Of course, he's been in foul trouble since they opened the doors. 10-point lead for the Wildcats. And Payne called for his third. And Clemens at the free throw line just got through hitting a couple, and he'll be back. Shoot 2 more. 2:08 left, and free throws up, no good.
Well, get a good look at this tall young referee because you're not going to see him again. I heard that said explicitly.
Yeah, well, both free throw, or the second free throw, good by Clemens, and it's a 9-point lead for the Wildcats. And Lovin will inbounds it to Radcliffe. To Taven, drives all the way down, gives it in the corner to Ragland, back out front to Radcliffe. Minute 54 left.
9-point lead. We should be in no hurry to do anything.
To Ragland, back to Radcliffe. And back out to Taven. Lovin with it. And Lovin dives and a foul called on Dyer, his fourth. Roby in, Utsi in. Payne checks out. Taven at the free throw line for one in the bonus. And got it.
Logan at the line.
10-point lead for the Wildcats with a minute and a half left in the game, and in the air with the second one, and rolls in good. Clemens with it in the backcourt. Mink gives it up to Walker. And Clemens puts the jumper up from the side, and no good. Rebound Lovin. And Taven will bring it down the floor. Drives all the way down, lays it up. It's good, and a foul. He went right around everybody. And Dyer has fouled out of the ball game. And he checks out with 2, 4, 6, 8 points. And checking in will be Nixon. 62-49, that's the biggest lead by the Wildcats. And Taven in the air, rolls no good. Rebound by Clemens to Mink. Mink to Kirkpatrick, and over to Mink. And long three-pointer up by Kirkpatrick, good. His second three. Radcliffe brings it across the line, gives it to Lovin under the UC, up and no good, but he's fouled.
That ought to be all for him too, I think. No, this is 4.
62-52, 10-point lead. Taven with a couple of free throws coming here. And puts it in the air. Got it. Radcliffe checks out. And Ragland checks in. 11-point lead. And second free throw in there, no good. Rebound by Mink. Wildcats with a little backcourt pressure. Gives it up to Walker. Walker drives all the way down, gives it to Clemens. Shot blocked by Utsi. Down the floor, the Wildcats comes, gives it to Lovin. Down it goes to cap off the night for the Wildcats. And Clemens to Mink. Mink fires up a long three, no good. Rebound by Clemens. Shots up, rolls out. Foul on Utsi. Be his second, I think. 20 seconds left in the game. 65-52. Clemens back at the free throw line. Puts it up. Got it. Taven will check out. And Payne will check in to wrap the last 20 seconds up for the Wildcats. Second free throw, no good. And Utsi with the rebound. Still in the backcourt. Gives it up to Dokes, to Roby. Josiah trying to foul him. Official won't call it. Dokes. Back it out. 4 seconds left. Wildcats are going to win it by 13. 65-53. Wildcats with the big win here over Monroe County. And we will be back for the wrap-up, scoring, and stats.
I'd like to remind the Wildcat fans about January 20th, homecoming. Don't forget the boys will play first that night. So mark the calendar to make sure you're here to watch your favorite Wildcat play. We wish you all a safe trip home tonight.